Hey, American Contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
What's up, everybody? Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor Show. Check them out in the description below or in the link that we have below, and that you can get more details about other things that Hail Trace has as well. So check that out after this video is done, of course. We got a lot to talk about today. We have, I call it the I-44 Oklahoma special. It looks like we have big time hail, possibly more giant hail possible along the I-44 corridor, as well as into the Texas Panhandle in West Texas. Possibly multiple rounds of storms as well. We could see storms early this afternoon and then again this evening. And we also are expecting some hail to return in Texas tomorrow. We're not going to go too deep into it. We're mostly focusing on today, but there is that chance of some pretty big hail in some spots of Texas tomorrow as well. So we're going to be ending May in a bit of a bang here. So we got a couple events that we're going to be happening. We're going to get this out of the way before we get into the forecast. CRA Trade Show, that's next week, June 4th. Can you believe it? June's next week here. 36th annual trade show at Empower Field, and that's in Denver. We'll be there. We'll also be at the 2021 Texas Roofing Conference in the Marriott Resort in San Antonio on June 16th through June 18th. Again, we got a lot of stuff going on here. COVID's winding down, so we're going to be going to a lot more events. They're all being booked at the same time here in the middle of peak season. And we also have Burgers and Bikes. This is going to be in Moore, Oklahoma for June 25th. This is for people working that Norman storm, and is it possible people are going to be working other storms here in Oklahoma City? We'll talk about that in just a second here. So we're going to jump right into what's happening right now, because right before we got live, the Storm Prediction Center issued a tornado watch here for good chunk of Oklahoma, and this is actually the first time in exactly 2 years that the entire Oklahoma City metro has been under a tornado watch. It's kind of crazy. I mean, we're the state known for tornadoes thanks to Twister, and it's been unusually quiet the last couple years here, but I think that's about to change here. We have that tornado watch till about 7 o'clock. We already have some storms trying to fire off to the north and to the west of Oklahoma City over in Kingfisher County. A couple storms. These aren't severe yet, but it is showing that cap is weakening, so that area that's going to keep storms from firing, though, that has beginning to weaken, and we're going to see more storms come up, and we could see quite a bit of activity here the next just hour or two, so we may be going live again pretty quick. Looks like we also have some severe thunderstorm warnings. We can go check these out over here by Springfield, Missouri right now. This looks more like a wind level event here moving into the Springfield area. I see a wind report over by Boulevard, and looks like a severe thunderstorm warning in the Joplin area as well. Yeah, trees and power lines down. Probably some gusty winds up to 60 miles an hour to the north of Springfield. That looks like it's moving generally towards Springfield. And we also have some storms over by St. Louis currently as well. Looks like those are primarily producing gusty winds. I think it was warm for up to 70 miles an hour. You can see got a wind report there as well. There was some hail with this before we went live, but it looks like that has since really started to calm down. Really? They have a 35-mile-per-hour wind gust in there. That's not, all right. So yeah, this is moving to St. Louis. Looks like more a line of storms. This might actually be kind of all you're going to see in St. Louis today. So that's just kind of quick check-in on what's happening at the moment. Again, storms are starting to fire up near Oklahoma City off to the north and to the west. So where are these going to go? We're going to kind of jump into that in just a minute here. We're going to quickly go over what happened yesterday. We had quite a bit of hail, over 100 hail reports across mostly Kansas, Nebraska, and parts of Texas. Some major hail following up to softball size hail in the Hays, Kansas area. So about 28 tornadoes, primarily in Nebraska and down into the Texas Panhandle. And we also had quite a bit of wind on the East Coast, some gusty winds, I think in excess of 70 miles an hour in some spots across the Northeast, bringing us quite a few wind reports yesterday. Again, 142 hail reports, over 100 hail report day, and 402 high wind reports. We're still trending pretty far behind 2020, but we're over 2,500 hail reports for the year so far, closing in on 500 tornadoes for the year so far, but compared to 2020, we are pretty far behind. So we may be able to catch up some ground, or we're going to stay pretty far behind. Either way, it's just nice kind of checking in and see what it is, and it's pretty much where storms happen, less how many storms happen, I guess. We had some big storms already. So we already did current conditions. We're going to kind of check in again. Again, that tornado watch is now in effect till 7 o'clock in Oklahoma. We have the storms trying to fire off in north central Oklahoma. These will eventually move towards the city and also possibly up by Tulsa as well. So we're going to break that down for you guys in just a moment here. Temperatures are ripe for big time storms in the 80s. Dew points are in the 70s. So no problems with instability, no problems with moisture. This is the first time we made it to freaking May 27th before we actually had good dew points, warm temperatures, everything you need for severe weather in the southern plains. Better late than never, right? So forecast CAPE. So this is, again, showing the available energy. There's a ton of it to work with here. This is as of right now. We push forward to about 1 o'clock, and yeah, that's a lot. That's enough to have some big time hail. We showed this map yesterday. It looks like this, and you saw softball size hail in Hays and a lot of different areas as well. And this continues all the way into the afternoon. At 4 o'clock, Oklahoma City, you're still in play here. And then once we get to about 7 o'clock, things start shifting in the southeast according to this model. And then after that, things start to calm down as we get into the overnight hours and set up for your day on Tuesday. We will be getting more specific. Yeah, don't worry, we're getting there, guys. You know, we're getting there. This is what the hail potential is going to be, that significant hail model for Oklahoma and parts of Kansas and to Texas. Again, no surprises here based on everything that is showing up currently, the warm temperatures, the dew points being very high, the available energy being very high, that potential for significant hail is definitely maximized across a lot of Oklahoma through this afternoon and into the evening hours. Here about 6 o'clock, things are starting to really show a lot, and you can see I think the HRRR model is showing a lot of convection happening, which is minimizing that hail threat at the moment there, and we shifted all the way forward, and then things calm down, of course, once we get past midnight. So here's your future radar. This is what we're expecting across Oklahoma for this afternoon and into this evening. Down south here, we get all these storms blowing up, and okay. Well, unfortunately, it looks like my future radar did not save anything in here, so I'm gonna just I'm gonna shift past this. It looks like, unfortunately, the future radar, all the points that I had didn't save, but the point is, storms are gonna be moving in, and I got the city forecast for you guys to show you. Maximum hail size, softball size hail is expected for the maximum hail for your Thursday here. Looks like some things might have gotten lost in translation, but don't worry, the hail map didn't. So this is what we're expecting for that hail size forecast. Everywhere in the purple, could see baseball size hail or larger. So that goes from about the just to the west, so probably from about Miami, Oklahoma, all the way down to about Midland, Odessa. You could see that really big time hail and the strongest storms there. We really zoom in further, and that chance, so Oklahoma City and Tulsa, I have you both in the high chance of at least quarter size hail, and then even bigger hail in there. Of course, the hatching areas where that most significant hail threat's gonna be. I know yesterday I was talking about Wichita, but it looks like now things are obviously a little bit further south from the Wichita area. Kansas City and Springfield, I think lower chances. Again, we have storms ongoing right now, so that's really gonna keep things lower for those hail size potentials. I think based on what we're seeing currently, we could probably start pulling St. Louis out of the risk, but Kansas City and Springfield, you could see some stuff this evening after about 6 o'clock, but the hail size potential for you guys probably about golf ball size. And we can't forget, over in West Texas, you have that chance for storms as well. Moderate chance from Midland, Odessa to Lubbock. Low chance Amarillo. I think stuff's going to form to your east. And you could again see that really big hail across the West Texas region as well. So breaking it down by city, we're going to start off here in Oklahoma City, so where we're located. Between 1 o'clock, so about an hour from now, through about 9 p.m., you could see hail anytime in that time frame, possibly 2 rounds of storms. We have max hail size. I'm going in pretty hard here, 3.5 inch max hail size, maybe even towards that softball size if we get a really intense storm. High chance of at least quarters. I think we will see some hail in the metro today, regardless of how big it may be, at least quarter size, and a moderate chance of that very large hail. Of course, you know, you always have to get the storm to move right through the right area, but it really looks like we're going to see some storms in Oklahoma City today. For Tulsa, I know you're asking about Tulsa, a little bit later, 4 to 9 p.m. is what I'm expecting. I'm keeping the hail size a little bit smaller as well, up to baseball size. Baseball size is still in the extreme category, so it's really, you're kind of not really compromising too much, baseballs versus softballs. High chance, again, I think you could definitely see some quarter size hail, at least in the metro in Tulsa, and moderate chance for that larger than golf ball size hail. And my final city forecast I have in here is across Lubbock between 6 and 9 p.m. It's going to be in the evening hours here. Could have that 3-inch hail in the Lubbock area. I got a lower chance, that moderate chance, and then low chance for the bigger hail, mainly because I'm a little concerned storms may form just barely east of Lubbock, which would take them out of play. So we'll be watching all this very carefully. Of course, we'll go live with any sort of crazy storms, and I do have it set up so in the off chance that storms do impact our office here in Edmond, Oklahoma, I can switch this whole feed over to my cell phone. We can watch things happen as they happen at our office. Probably won't, because of course I have it ready to go, but you know, it'll be cool nonetheless. So here's our future radar for tomorrow. We'll see if this one actually saved everything. And we had, for tomorrow, storms are going to form in the afternoon hours after about 2 o'clock. This particular model does show some stuff trying to form just west of Dallas. I would not take this with complete face value, just giving you a general idea that there will be storms across Texas, especially in the evening hours. You know, it's about 5:30, a lot of stuff from about Abilene down to south of Dallas, and then a whole bunch of storms explode pretty much right on the I-20 corridor here at about 7:30, and then move to the south into the evening and overnight hours. Now, depending on how long these storms stay isolated, separated from each other, that really maximizes that hail size potential, but it is showing it could turn into a line pretty quickly, and that's going to hedge my bets a little bit on the hail size. So I think we're going to see things generally up to that golf ball size. This will likely change. I bet we'll put in some deeper colors in here tomorrow, possibly up to that tennis ball or baseball size if things kind of clear out, when you get a better image of what we're expecting for tomorrow. And I can't rule out also the possibility of some storms up in Virginia, but you can break it down here. Low chances across the board right now. Again, we got to see what plays out today, much like what we saw yesterday going into today. What happens today impacts tomorrow. So if we can see some storms possibly here across the Dallas-Fort Worth metro, Lubbock, Midland, Odessa, San Antonio, Austin, I think storms may end up being a little, again, right along I-20, so take it with a grain of salt. It could be a little further north, a little further south, so Dallas-Fort Worth could be completely out of it tomorrow morning, or it could actually be a little further north. So we'll just kind of watch it, and of course we'll give you guys that update tomorrow at 12 p.m., breaking down what we're expecting across the central Texas, north central Texas, west Texas, Texas for your day on Friday. And we can't forget the low chance we have here in the Washington, D.C. area down to Richmond for some hail in the afternoon hours, probably between about noon and about 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is all going to push off into the Atlantic Ocean. So make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms, especially today. If you are in Oklahoma, you definitely want to make sure you have those notifications turned on. You're in southwestern Missouri, have those notifications turned on, whether it's through Facebook, you got that see first and it pops top of your news feed, or you get notified when we have a new post or new video live. Hit the bell on YouTube and you're subscribed to our channel, and you can go ahead and find out when we go live on there as well. The exact same thing on Facebook and YouTube. It just simulcasts all over the place. Twitter and Instagram as well. You can check us out on LinkedIn. I think that's in our link tree below as well. You can follow us on TikTok. We do TikTok videos every once in a while now too. You can give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us as well, info@hailtrace.com. Have notifications turned on your app as well, and you can find out when we go live. Or visit our website for more details, or check out the link below, the link tree link, that can go find out more from Hail Trace there. Do those hail dances, guys. You might see me again within the hour here if some storms really take off, or I almost guarantee we'll see something today. We'll be here live, and if nothing's happening, I might have a forecast update. We'll just kind of play it by ear. Obviously, if a lot of activities happening, we'll have a forecast update. I'm just gonna kind of pretty much be like freeform jazz with it and just kind of go with what we're seeing. If not, I'll see you guys later. Do those hail dances. I'll be back.